Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Today no camera because I am on the move. Yesterday I was in a plane the entire day and today I am coming to you from beautiful Bosnia. I will not also be uploading a video tomorrow because then I will be in a wine tasting, and on Saturday I have an amazing wedding here in a small town. Absolutely gorgeous. But I first now want to jump into the charts. Before we're going to do that, I want to ask you to smash that like button, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to check out all links in the description. You find 2 links to my Twitter and Instagram. Feel free to follow me there. And if you now make an account on Bybit or Phoenix, after your initial deposit, you are getting a bonus from the exchange. Alright, let's get into the charts. And actually I want to start off today for once with the dollar versus the euro, and this chart actually tells the entire story we heard on the weekly. And if the chart is going up in this case, then that means that the dollar is strengthening compared to other currencies, in this case the euro, but you can pretty much take every other currency, it all looks the same. But the euro always has been a very strong currency as well, and we now reached a high that we haven't seen in the last 20 years. So everyone is fleeing towards the dollar, and therefore other currencies are getting weaker, and that will give the United States, as the biggest economy in the world, a big problem for exporting products and services. If we are zooming out, then we only saw that during the dot-com bubble here in 2000 and 2002, that then the highs were even higher. Then we're talking about 120, but right now, since we just broke it, I think yesterday or the day before, we pumped up for the dollar. You can see that there's now a new high since 20 years. That's pretty insane. I do have to say it looks pretty vertical, so yeah, we'll have to see how long something like this holds. Usually when we see a chart doing something like this, then it also comes down quite fast again, but right now this is the story what we have to go through. And if this is pumping so tremendously, it also explains why a lot of other assets are selling off. If we're looking at gold, don't need to explain anything any further. You see the big red candles. Gold is completely selling off. Fear for the dollar, fear for recession. If we then go into oil dipped down as low as $95 a barrel. We'll call it low, of course, but measured in the last few weeks or months, this is pretty low again, all the way from $128, and now it's climbing up a little bit again. So also oil is being seen as a risk it's a risk asset, and therefore a little bit is being sold off. I think we are eventually going to find new highs, but this all is correlated to the super strong dollar right now. Then quickly the DXY index. So the dollar index, that's a lot what we're using for crypto, but there's also other currencies in this index. For example, the euro. We also just see that we're just going higher and higher and higher. And right now we are having a 107 for the dollar index, and it doesn't seem like stopping anytime early. It also looks a little bit vertical if I zoom out here on the daily, but like I said already multiple times before, I think we are going to revisit those highs that we saw here in approximately 2000, 2003. Also the dot-com bubble doubled somewhere between 112 and 120. Well, right now 107, not far off. Right, let's quickly head over to BTC USD because I have a few very interesting trading setups for you that you could follow to make a trade. Now, of course, we still have this triangle. It looks like that right now we are grinding against that resistance right here on the top. That is approximately now at 20,500-ish. And if we are taking a measured move, so what can we expect if we are breaking out? And let's say we would perfectly then fulfill the price target. And I say if we fulfill the price target, because we have seen lately that we are not reaching those price targets. So really be careful and take your profits in case we're breaking out. To the upside, it will be approximately 25,000, 25,500, and if we are going lower, then I am looking out for approximately 14,500-ish. Quite the drop from here. Let's first look at the bull case. Well, if we are going higher, of course, that will be nice. Then we have a relief rally. Then we also have a breakout for people who say, you know what, we're not in a triangle, but we're in a W pattern. All looks pretty good. The thing only is that if we are breaking out, I think this is again another opportunity that will be used for selling off the assets, securing profits, and then just going lower, because the trend is your friend until the end. And this picture pretty much says it all. We are just grinding lower and lower and lower, and yes, maybe we have a green week or even 2 green weeks in a row, but after that we are just going lower again. So therefore I'm saying very, very careful and pay yourself. Take your profit. Once that position is in a profit, move your stop loss to entry and just pay yourself. I mean, yes, I could have made so much more money already in the last few weeks if I would have held certain positions, but as my position was in a profit and I saw certain signs where I'm like, you know what, we could reverse here, then I was just taking more chips off the table. Sometimes we dip down underneath my my stop loss, and my stop loss got triggered. Okay, it went out with a profit, fine, and then we moved up further or down, whatever my position then was. And I was like, well, okay, it was not really the top before a trend reversal. For example, here was a moment, here I think was a moment, here was a moment, and you could see, yeah, you know what, rate was more moved towards the upside or downside. But like I said, pay yourself first, protect the capital. That must be concern number one. So if we are going up, of course, then first we need to break this resistance right here. That is approximately now the 20,500, what we just mentioned earlier. We have this box above us, 21,300 to, let's say, 21,800. Then we have a point of control, so the most traded value on top, so the value area high, as we call it with the blue line, 22,100. And then there is not a lot above us, so that would be nice. But to be honest, since we are not fulfilling so many of these trading levels, I would not be surprised if we're going higher. If we break out and then we have a fake out to one of these levels that I just mentioned, and then we are suddenly just reversing and dumping down, and that was then a big fat fake out, trapping a lot of long positions, and then the market maker says, thank you for all your money, thank you for liquidity, boom, we are going lower, and then we're seeing just a major dump. Now let's say that that doesn't happen, and again, if we will go to the upside and we will fill the target 25,000, yippee-ki-yay, happy days. But let's assume that we are now making a turn here and that we are going lower. Then of course first we have the top 2017, 19,900, will not be tremendous support, but you do see that here we had a few bounces off. Here it was sometimes a nice support and resistance, and here as well. So we have to keep that in account. And then of course we have the bottom line here in the the white line here at the bottom, that will be, depending on the breakout, approximately 19,500. Then the value area low, that's the blue line, that is approximately 18,900. We still have that tiny box here underneath us, but to be honest guys, if we're losing these levels, and you know they're all quite close to each other, there's just a few percent in between. Let's take this. Yeah, 4 or 5%. Well, we all know that can be done within a day, half a day even. Then it's just I think a very fast move down to 16, 15, 14k. I can definitely see that happen. Right now markets are quite calm. Nothing really major came out with the Fed minutes. We already kind of knew that. You see that the volume here is not that high, and on the 4 hourly for the market cipher B, it looks like this maybe wants to roll over a little bit. So if we don't get volume and bulls in quite fast, then I'm afraid we're gonna roll over. Here also on the money flow, you know what, let me extend this a little bit, it's a little bit easier to see. Also not really that nice flow to the upside, so it misses there a little bit on the power and the passion, so we say. On the 12 hour, also ugly, don't have to show you. The daily, yes, this one is still kind of okay, but also here we're kind of missing the volume here at the bottom, and the money flow is also not strongly coming up. And then on the hourly, that's actually the picture that is the most ugly if you ask me, and if you're day trading, because here really it looks like the money flow is just curving over, and we have seen it already a few times. VWAP lower, RSIs are pointing lower, and also the momentum waves here are getting a little bit more to the downside. So if we are creating something where the price, let's say, quickly spikes out, and then we're going lower again, then we have ourselves a bearish divergence, and that will be a big trigger for a lot of traders to put shorts in. So let's say we break out, a lot of people think, oh, we're going long, then this one does something like this, and then we have ourselves a bearish divergence on the price and momentum waves, a lot of people will go short then, and then just suddenly boom, the price goes lower. So that's something that definitely could play out. Now, if you are looking at smaller time frames, there's another interesting trading setup that you could follow, because you could say, hey, you know what? We're actually making maybe something a little bit of a rising wedge here, which usually breaks out to the downside and is therefore also a bearish pattern. Let me see, if we would break out, that will bring us just underneath the top of 2017. So yeah, nothing major, but it could be a nice play for a day trade. Let me quickly see if we have anything on our traders reality indicator. Daily open just above us, yesterday high just above us, and yesterday low could be a support. If you're day trading, that's just underneath that 2017. Matter in fact, that might even actually be the exact target from this breakout. Is that correct? Yeah, it is. It is the target. Oh my god. All right, cool. Sorry, as you can see, did not prepare this, but look at this beautifully. If we will break out now to the downside, then we will hit exactly yesterday's low, and that could be a nice support level right there. Let me then just only quickly check for the VWAP. That's just above us. Let me take this one out. Yeah, so the VWAP is just above us, so that will not be any support or resistance, but actually this will be then kind of your trading range. I am not in any trades right now because we are grinding here to the top, and the United States is opening any moment now. I want to be very, very careful because this thing could suddenly pump up. Like I said, if we get a bearish divergence, definitely I will jump into short and write it down, and then this will be a fake out. If we are suddenly going lower, then I really first need to see a little bit more confirmation before maybe jump in. But I'm afraid that with the US opening, the price will do this. It will trap and fake out a lot of traders. Also something that we have seen right here actually, because here we went down during the low and during the day, excuse me, and this turnaround was exactly United States open, and then we just pumped all the way up until the end of the day. Amazing price action. I did not expect that at all, so be careful. Really, anything can turn around when the United States opens and when the big money is pouring in and putting on all those buy and sell orders. Alright guys, that will be it for now. Hope you like this kind of content. If you do, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, click the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, also those links in the description. Make an account now on Bybit or VMAX. After your initial deposit, you're getting trading bonus from the exchange. And like I said earlier, I will not be uploading tomorrow because I have a wine tasting during the day and I will probably be drunk AF. And on Saturday I have a wedding, so then I will also not be uploading anything. See you guys very, very soon again. Don't do stupid shit, and love you all until the next one. Later!